guys, I'm Jen.
And I'm Chris.
And we're with Monsters and More.
So today we're going to do a little tutorial for putting up the Fears Through the Years giant size color changing murderous maple LED. We got this during the drop from Home Depot, and we are so excited to be able to put this together today. And I couldn't wait. So we started off, we got our base set down. We went ahead and kind of put all of our stuff around in order by the letters, so it makes it easier and just grab it as you go, not hunting for it. You do put the base down, which is A, and the little bracket piece will be on your left-hand side, which is the first piece of the bottom of the tree lays down on top of it. So, but with the stand, we're going to start off. This is B, so we're going to go ahead and put it on. All right, and then you have C, which goes down on it. You want to make sure the set screw goes down. All right, so a while ago we started putting this together and we restarted because we couldn't figure out quite what was going on by the instructions. So when you put the C on, you push it down, it looks like you just push it down. Well, you actually have to come back here and push in this little stopper and make sure that your thing goes, C goes all the way down to the very bottom and then screw it on, because if not, when you go to put D on it, it will not go all the way to the ground. So we ran into that problem, but we're fixing it. So just to give y'all a heads up so you don't run into that problem while you're putting yours together. There you go. And now it sets all the way down like it's supposed to.
All right, now E. Feel like Vanna White over here.
Yeah, and they do have these little stopper pieces on the top, so when you're putting it on, it kind of don't say which way it goes. Those just line up together as you put them down through here. Yeah, it just kind of sits on top of it, and there's a little notch in the bottom that sets on here. So then we put our next B together. And I think we're going to have to get a ladder.
We'll lay it down. It shows in your instructions to use your box to lay it down on. I know we do that with like our bigger guys, like Skelly.
So here, you hold her over for us. Next, we're going to put on F, turning the notch to the right to line it with the one on the underneath of it. And then all you got to do is just line the tube up through it. This is going to be pretty simple. And then we go to G. Same thing, if you want to see the bottom part, they got the hose in them, so that's what I'm lining up with the little white pieces that are sticking up. And they'll all go to the right. There we go. And, let's see, kind of hold it up. Huh? You see, hold it there. So now we're going to go with, our H goes on top. Make sure your little tips come through the hose like they're supposed to. And then you're going to put on the lights, which is the I. Yeah, I think that goes like this. Comes down. Then you want to plug in your light. Just make sure you find the little notch that lines up. Push it in, and then screw it in good and tight. That way you want to make sure you snug it up as good as you can in case water gets down in here. It won't let water inside of this plug-in fitting. Then, we'll slide his head on. And you just want to make sure you're gentle when you're putting it over top. Well, whatever. Goes down. All right. Put that on. Make sure you don't catch your wire. You might want to push it in the little plug-in part, and it'll just kind of slide right into place. And that's looking awesome. All right. Now we have K. So you'll have to unscrew this little screw piece on the top, and if you put together the pumpkins or the pumpkin stacks or the skull stacks, it's kind of the same way. and you'll have to line up the hole with it. And make sure you push that down over top and kind of twist it and line it up. And it's got a little rubber piece on top of the screw that kind of help keep water out of it, and you'll fill it. You just want to put it in there until you feel the threads getting started.
It's not on.
And you just have to kind of feel for it to get the thread started in the hole right. Just make sure you don't cross thread it. Now we got it put together. All we got to do is get the arms on it set up, and you can see this thing is over 9 foot tall. It's awesome. All right, so you do have a set screw in the back of it. So you'll slide it on, and then you have an Allen wrench that came with the stakes that hold it down in the bag, so that's where that'll be at. And you'll just slide this on, and it does have a little clip in the back, a catch just like those pumpkin and skeleton stacks. It latches and kind of connects it. And then if you do that first, you want to make sure you push it in, because it kind of pulls it towards the back and puts a gap in the front. And just screw it up snug. I think we need to set this up front a little bit. It's leaning back. That thing's so tall. Can you still see the top of it in the video okay?
Yep.
So this thing is humongous. And then these.
Do I need to lay it down for that?
Yeah, we may have to lean it over a little bit to get to this top part. Lean it down just a little bit, because this is just a twist and a turn. So one little notch is bigger than the other one, so you can't really put it on backwards. Push it in, and then figure out which way it turns. Kind of latch it, and that's it for that one. Right. Tree's falling on you. Then put this side on and snug it down, and this is L. And it made it so much easier while we was doing this to have it all set out, instead of like, sometimes we just lay stuff out and you're digging through it and it just takes a while. And since we're trying to do the video, we laid it out, and it makes it so much easier to do it this way. That way when you're in order, you can put it together and you ain't hunting for stuff, and just makes it so much easier. Again, you want to find the big side to go in it, and the notch. And then you can see it only goes one way. There we go. Kind of hang want to make sure you get your little stuff hanging. Some of it is kind of both sides. You can hang a little bit on both sides. Let's see, that one kind of do the same thing. That way you got a little bit hanging on both sides of it. Now, you have your little ivy to hang down it. Well, if I can get it apart.
Does that have Velcro on it too? Because so. Look, there's Velcro right here.
I don't know, maybe. I would say, because it probably keeps the wind from blowing it. Let's see if we find any Velcro on here. I don't see any Velcro. But I would say the way I would think you'd do it, it's got a little hook up here on it. So I would pull it over. It's got this little hook you want to put through the hole on it to keep it from coming off when the wind starts blowing. Then just overlap it. And you got two different pieces, so just going to kind of wrap it around the branches and a couple times. You can kind of do this whichever way you want to do it. Come back over. Kind of wrap it really good. Wrap it around. It looks like maybe push that through the hole on the end of it and just kind of pull it up tight, and it'll kind of, that way at least it's kind of hooked. I think that looks good. I'll grab this other one and do the same on this other side. Wrap it around. And I'm sure you could lay us on the ground and do it. It is probably easier with 2 people.
Or you can utilize the box and lay it over.
That's right.
On the
You can lay it kind of like we did the big 12-foot skeletons and stuff. You can lay it over on the box. Just kind of make it. You want to wind up where your the end is right here, where you can loop it around. That way at least it's got something to kind of help hang on to. There we go. Yeah. And now we'll put the plug-in on the back of it. So you just want to make sure you screw this in, you know, not too tight, but tight enough that your water's not going to get in, because it is going to be outside. It's pretty much just a push in. You don't have to align it much with anything. Make sure your little rubber seal gets up on there, and then screw it down tight. You're going to screw this up, and we're going to wait and be able to, when it gets dark, turn this on, and that way we can put that on the end of the video so you can see what it looks like. And we are very happy with this, and I mean, it's huge. It's going to look great. We're going to put it in a graveyard. Not for sure where we're at, but we'll have a video at the end of the beginning of the Halloween season, because we do a yard hunt, and we'll have it in here so you can see it. So that's the end of the tutorial for now, and we'll come back and light it up here in just a little bit when it gets dark, and we'll end the video. So we're back. We've got the lights on it, and we wanted to show you what it was going to look like. Maybe it's set up in a haunt with a blue light on it. Kind of got it. We're not shooting it straight on it. We kind of got it from the side just a little bit, because you don't want to put too much on it, and then it brightens it up. But it does have like color changings on it. And you can change, like, I think it's 6-7 colors, and you can also click it to where it'll just change itself and go through its colors. And it's got another switch on it that will allow you to set it up where it's either on, or you can set it up and it'll be on for like 6 hours and 18 off or whatever. So we like it. We think it looks awesome. This is going to do great. You know, it's a $260-some tree. It doesn't make any sounds and stuff. We've seen some reviews where they don't like that. But for us, we're going to put it in a graveyard. And we have so much stuff out here. There's going to be 7-8 other animatronics. We didn't really want it to have any, because some of those we wind up cutting off anyways, because there's too much stuff going on at the same time as people's walking through our yard when we do the yard hunt. So, but we do like it. Think it turns out great. It looks awesome. There's a couple things that we seen that we didn't like. The straight lines in here, we don't like that as much. We think they should have made it where each piece is up and down, and when it fits together, you can't really see the straight lines. But other than that, it's 9.5 foot tall. I think it's roughly 7.5 foot wide, and you can see with me standing here how big it is. It's humongous. I'd almost like to have a couple of them, but I think we're going to make a couple homemade ones to kind of go with it that looks halfway similar to it. But overall, we give it an A+. Please let us know what you think. Comment in the section how you like this video, what you think about this tree. Please like, share, and subscribe, and we'll keep bringing you great content. Thanks, guys.